Alright, so let's see here. I have to change. Got to make a couple changes here real quick. Got to make edits on Facebook and some other BS. Let's see here. Kill the sound there. Edit this. Edit video. Edit this. Was there anybody? Yep. Whoever joined, welcome. I'm just making a couple edits real quick because I haven't figured out a way yet to edit all my channels with the same information instead of having it say Restream IO or whatever the crap it says. So I'm just trying to fix that real quick. So that one is done. What's up, Noor? I see you joined on Facebook. So there's only 2 guys in here right now. Let's see where else. That's Facebook is done. Let me go over here to here it is. Okay, so that's good. Got it. Make it easier. Moderation. Yeah. So I want to edit. I don't really think I can edit here, can I? Yeah, I can. I can edit. What can I edit? Just prep word. No, description. Messing around with some ln2 and pushing. How's the mic sound? You're still awake at 4:33 in the morning? Jesus. I got a new mic, you guys, so maybe you guys can give me some feedback and let me know. Hopefully it's not blown out your speakers or anything like that. It's a wireless mic. As you can see, the mic's not up here anymore. So I have a lapel somewhere right here. This big old fur ball. I'll probably get a different cover for it, but for now it's fine. So hopefully it doesn't sound all echoey and you know, crappy. Messing around with some ln2 and pushing 7700K as far as I can. As far as a noob can. It's been a while since I've done any overclocking, so yeah, I'm gonna try my luck here. Let's see, who should I tag here? Not Asus, not Hydro X, not Radeon, not that, not that, not that. Wow. Okay, so I think I should just delete all that and start over. How about we'll start with Kingpin Cooling because it's his pot. I got it from Vince a long time ago. How come it's not adding tags? There we go. Kingpin. Cooling. How do I, comma. I'll do Corsair because I'm using their power supply, their memory. I'll do MSI because I'm using their motherboard. I will do Intel. And ln2 overclocking. How about that? And then just mic is fine, all good. All right, cool. Sorry, I always forget that there's somebody here to talk to, and I don't I ask a question and then I forget to look back. All right. Let's see here. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, I'm going to do some liquid nitrogen. If you look on the table, you'll see, behind me, you'll see the prepped setup. I already have it prepped. And I also I don't need to do anything on Twitch, so audio sounds good. Z Dave 0, audio sounds good. Thank you. So yeah, so let me go ahead and switch this, and I'll get over here. I gotta close the door real quick. I close the door that way you guys don't get the noise from my server. So I'm just gonna hop in front of the camera the best I can over here. I got a bunch of crap in the corner right now, unfortunately. And then I'll kind of tell you what's going on, what we're doing. All right, so you guys obviously know I'm Lee from PC Junkie Mods. So today I'm gonna just mess around with some ln2. I got some ln2 left over. It's sitting in my doer over on the floor here. I got all my thermoses sitting there as well. I meant to pour that already and have everything up on the table so I didn't have to pour it and be off camera. But I didn't do that. That was the only thing I didn't do, and I was trying to keep my time frame. I said 1:30, it's 1:30. So a couple things I wanted to talk to you guys about. There's a bunch of different ways to prep a motherboard for ln2. The question is how you want to do it. Usually you don't get a lot of condensation on the board if you're under 4 hours of overclocking, but it can happen. So there's ways to prevent that. The easiest way to prevent it, but the messiest way to prevent it, is Vaseline. So I Vaselined the back of the motherboard, and I put some foam on the back. So I have some neoprene, whatever, some foam that I put on the back of it. So basically I covered the motherboard and then mated the two together, and it makes a nice seal. The Vaseline will prevent any condensation from building up on the motherboard, and it'll keep it sealed. Another way is you can Plasti Dip it. You can either spray it with Plasti Dip or paint it on with Plasti Dip. It comes in either way, you rattle can or in a paint can, however you want to buy it, I guess. But that stuff's really hard to get off. We used to use Conformal back in the day. I actually have some in the box down here, but it's like rock hard. It's like frozen solid, so it's absolutely worthless. Thanks for letting me know the audio sounds good. I can't really see the chat. Let me move this over a little bit. There we go. Now maybe I can see the chat better. Yeah, I need glasses. All right, so yeah, so we used to use Conformal, and Conformal was a little bit messy, but after it dried up, you were able to kind of pick at it and you can get it all off the board. So it's just like a sealer, right? So the idea is to kind of seal the motherboard. There's another thing you can use, which is Artist Eraser. So that's what I used. And you know what? I haven't done ln2 probably in like 10 years. And they're still good. So I actually had some that was in a bag. I had 2 balls of it that I'd used before. One ball was exposed, and it was hard as a rock. So it obviously dried out, so I tossed that. But the other one I had in a bag, and that one was still fresh, just like I pulled it out of the package. So I went ahead and threw that, most of that on there, and I only ended up opening one of these out of my box. I bought a box of kneadable, it's called Kneadable Eraser. It's the Artist Eraser. The artists use it for painting and drawing and stuff like that. We use it for ln2. So what I did is put it all around the CPU socket and next to the RAM, underneath the heat sinks, and covered anything in that area. And then usually what I do is I don't like to overclock with more than 2 DIMMs. Preferably use 1, but it depends on what overclocks you're doing, and I'm not trying to break any world records. It's been years since I've done this, so I mean, I've done some basic overclocking, but pushing a CPU past 5 gigahertz under ln2, I haven't done that in a while. So my idea here is just to mess around and see what I can get. And when I only use 2 DIMMs, like I was saying, I take blue tape and I cover up the first DIMM because it's the closest to the pot and where the cold is at. So there's more chance of condensation building up there, or getting maybe some of the eraser gets into the slot. I've had that happen, and that slot's screwed up. So I wanted to keep everything out of that one, so I just put blue tape over the top of it. And matter of fact, I blue taped all the way to the first RAM slot, or the first DIMM, and then ran the tape up that. So that way the metal contact points and the bottom of the actual RAM module are covered as well. And then I went ahead and stuffed a bunch of blue towels around the pot, as you can see in the, I could just come over to this camera and show you guys. I put a bunch of blue towels around here. I wrapped, even though this is wrapped in neoprene foam, I went ahead and put blue towels around it because it'll start to get a lot of frozen buildup and stuff like that. And then I put it, blue towels here, and I taped this towel over here on this edge down, so that way when this fan starts blowing, I don't even know if these are going to work, but I was just going to put these two fans up like this, one for the heatsink and kind of hit the memory, and then this one to blow across the board here. So that was kind of the idea. So we'll see what happens. And underneath the monitor, which you can't see unless I move the camera, is my temp sensor. So I have that already wired in. I already did a pre-test on the pot to make sure that the temps were reading correctly. So that should be all right. I'm going to bring this guy back out here. This one's kind of so you guys can see the monitor as well. And then I'll bring the other camera that's up that I usually use for my facial, I guess you could say, when I'm looking at you guys or talking to you. Dog says he's not sure if he should watch the stream on Facebook or on Twitch. It's totally up to you where you want to watch it. I can see the comments on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube here because I got a couple people on. I got Viking, hey, Elite Racing. He's on YouTube right now. Yeah, I have actually quite a few pots, Viking. I have 2 kingpins, I have 2 homemade ones, and then I have a, I don't even remember what pot it is, but my buddy William Harmon gave it to me a long time ago. It's a pot that does ln2, liquid water, and dry ice. And then, yes, those are Corsair DIMMs. I actually reused mine for a few sessions. You must be talking about the putty. All right, so let me move this down so you guys can see here. I'll back it out some. I don't know how much you guys actually want to see. I mean, well, at least if I have this one here, you'll see me pouring the ln2 over there, right? All right, so this is my my Canon camera in the corner. So I have a it's on a tripod, just chilling. I don't know if you can see that, right? Yeah, you can see it from the bottom camera. So I figured if it's cool with you guys, I'll leave it in the 4 camera mode so you guys can kind of see everything. I know the camera up top's not really doing much because it just sees all this crap here, right? But it's not, I mean, if I turn it off, then there's a black screen there. Yeah, I think Facebook sucks. Hey, Jason, my son's in here. What are you doing? You're on YouTube? What are you doing right now? Why are you at home? You're not supposed to be at home. It's Friday. It's almost 2 o'clock. My kid's watching. And then Low Churn Lynn says, looks better on YouTube. I don't know if it's just me. No, you're right, because every time I go to look at it on Facebook, Facebook looks like crap. All right, so I'm going to fill some of these thermoses up real quick. I got a couple of my old school ROG ones. I don't know if you guys see the ROG from back in the days when I did some ln2 with the Asus team. So I'll just move all the caps down here. And like I said, I'm not trying to break no world records. I'm just trying to have a little fun here. So don't hate me. I'm a total noob at this. It's been so long. I mean, obviously, I remember how to do the setup and stuff like that. But it's just been, I haven't done overclocking since like X58 with ln2. Or maybe I did X79. I don't remember. I think it was X58. Was the last time. The good old 980 days. All right, let's see. Just trying to figure out how I'm going to pour this. And this is just some ln2 I got left over. And there's quite a bit in here, so I want to try to burn through as much of it as I can. Here, you know what? I'll turn this so you guys can probably see what I'm doing here. So these ones are taller, so I'm going to put them here. The idea is to minimize spillage. And usually it's best to just pre-fill it because it's not cold yet, so don't overfill these because they're still the lead and frost effect is taking place where there's a barrier. See, like the big one's only halfway full, I can see now that it's starting to freeze up the thermos. Yeah, they're all like halfway. Since I'm in my shop, I'm trying not to get it everywhere. Whereas if I was at an event, I wouldn't really care. It's not my floor, you know. And it's best to probably use the bigger ones. All right. Sorry for the noise. All right, so another thing, I will be using a torch. So hopefully the torch isn't going to be too loud for you guys. I'll try to keep it away from my mic. That thing was getting heavy. These are freaking cold. All right, so let's see here. Hey, you can hear the dewars kind of rocking around right now. I think I'll put these. Are those in front of the camera? No, not really, huh? All right. These ones don't work very good. Look at the whole outside, it's like frozen already. These work great. I love these ones. Wish I had more of them. All right, so the first thing I need to do is I need to pre-fire this. What I mean by that is I need to start it up without cooling it. And the reason I do that is to try to bring the thermal paste, get the temperature up a little bit. So I have a little start switch over in this corner. And it's not starting for some reason. Like didn't even do anything. Did I plug this in? Yeah, that's plugged in. Oh, you know why? I think I'm on. Oh, whoops. Well, it's not going to start from the USB header. Oops. All right, let's try that again. And hopefully the fans don't flip over. We'll see. And they're pushing off decent air there. So all I'm going to do is, I think this is on, right? Yeah, it's on. Because I'm going to go into BIOS and watch the temp for a minute, okay? I could turn on my, yeah, it's in Fahrenheit though, it doesn't tell me a lot. I forgot to set it to Celsius. So much for, maybe this keyboard doesn't work. Yeah, I don't, I'm thinking this keyboard don't work. I know the mouse works, so I can fire up real temp. So I basically just want to get it up into the 40s, around the 40s. Right now I'm at like 33 or something like that. I don't think this keyboard works. No, this keyboard doesn't work. So I have to go grab a different keyboard. I'll toss this one. So it's at, how's this look on the screen there for you guys? Looks okay, I guess. I could turn this a little bit. So it's getting there. I've already hit a couple chords. I've already hit 40 something, but so, and I'm at 5 gigahertz right now, by the way. I don't know if you see that. So I did some overclocking, and basically what I mean by that is I was just trying to test out the chip. You know, I delidded it, and then I started testing it, and to just see how far I can go. I got it to 4.9 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz at 1.265. So that's not too bad. So I'm hoping I can push this a little bit further and see what happens. Yeah, so this one is frozen here. I don't know, I'm gonna pick that. I guess I gotta get a glove. This one's doing okay. They're the same brand, but this one is like frozen on the outside. So maybe we won't use that one anymore. All right, so the temp doesn't seem to be going very much higher here on the desktop. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it back down because I gotta get a new keyboard anyway. Okay, keyboard, garbage. Well, that sucks. Here I was trying to get the cheapest keyboard I could find because it's more than likely going to be the most minimalistic type of keyboard. So, and the garbage is right here. So you guys saw me throw it away. I'll take you guys with me out here. You guys can hear me wherever I go now, actually. So it's kind of cool. But you can probably hear the server here in the corner. It's pretty loud. So I got another keyboard here, but I don't remember if this one works either. I'm trying not to get a USB 3.0 keyboard or, shit, you know what? I'm just gonna grab I know this keyboard works, but it's a 3.0. So I got my mech keyboard. Not a lot of people actually have these. I actually have 2 of them. My kid uses it when he comes to the shop on the weekends. All right, so this is my mech. It was a Cooler Master keyboard back in the day. It's kind of a concept keyboard. I don't think it really ever hit production. All right, so I gotta plug this in somewhere. Guess I should have dry fired it already, huh? So this is just kind of just to mess around and have some fun. That's all it is. You know, it's not really a tutorial like I usually do. I mean, you could take it as a tutorial, I guess, if you've never seen or done ln2, but I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there that you can go and check out that probably better than there's guys that do a lot better than I do is what I was gonna say. But I guess I shouldn't have all these open. Okay, and now I got a doorbell, so you guys got to give me a sec. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. I took that moment to grab some water. It was a delivery, so I don't know what it is or who it's from. Have no clue. Didn't open it. If you want, I'll go get it. We can open it here. Totally you guys' call. I don't care. All right, let me see if I can change this to Celsius. There we go, Celsius. Cool. All right, so this, I think I'm going to switch to a different one before it freaking freezes my table. It must be bad. Must have taken a crap at some point down the road. So what happens is these thermoses, they have a wall. Shit, that's freaking cold, man. It's gonna freaking stick to my finger. It's so cold. And if the wall breaks down, then the thermos doesn't work. Like what this one's doing right now. So I moved it over to the bigger thermos, which is probably a better choice. But as you can see, it's totally frozen on the outside here versus this one where it's not even frozen, you know. And they're the same brand. That's the trippy part. So I'm gonna just throw it over here on the ground. Then I might as well fill this one up. The more I have already inside the thermoses, the less I have to come back over here and fill up. All right, so I'll start with these little ones because the bigger one will get me going. So the main thing probably first off is to find our cold bug, I guess you could say. So I'm just gonna bring it down to negative right now. It's like full. It took the whole thing almost. So the kind of the easiest way to find out where your cold bug's gonna be at is just throw a bunch of liquid nitrogen at it, and what'll happen is when it gets too cold, the PC will freeze. You won't get any more reaction out of it. So I'm -6 right now. It's still dropping. 10. That's what the torch is for. -26, 27, 28, 29. It's quickly counting down. So we're at -50. It sounds like that's empty. So I got a couple bugs right there. The video glitched and there. Okay, mouse froze. So that's that was at 80, -80. And I don't know how accurate my reader is. I gotta bring it back down to like 75 or something. I honestly feel like my reader's not reading correctly, but when I checked it, it seemed fine. But it just seems kind of weird that I would get a cold bug at minus 80. So now I gotta shut this off and then restart. Okay, so I'm at 73 right now. It's okay right now. Let's see, I think there's a little bit in here. No, maybe not. And I'm just gonna splash it because I don't want it to freak out again. So I'm gonna go to OC here. I'm at 49, like I said already, which you could do that on water. 1265 actually is where I'm at. 1.265 is where I'm at on the on the voltage. I gotta grab my notes real quick. I took some notes, so. So there was one setting that I wanted to change right here, this one right here. So the auto for this is 0.9. I'm going to switch it to 1.1. Well, 1.095, I guess, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and bump this to 5 gigahertz now and see if it takes. And hit F10. I'm not going to switch the voltage yet. I just want to see if that works. And I haven't turned any of the thermal throttling stuff off or any of that either. You know, the thermal sensor, I haven't turned any of that off. So all that stuff's still on default. I just basically messed around with multiplier, some voltage. I don't even think I changed the load line yet. Oh, so since it freaking crashed, the video is like retarded now. Let's see, we'll probably have to do a restart. Yeah, PCI device. It's not that it matters, but here, let me give it the. Let me do this. Yeah, let me grab the stupid internet plug. Of course, everything's right in the way of the internet drawer. Let's see here. Got like 5,000 cords and they're all hella small. I don't like these ones. What about this one? Nope. And we'll try this. I think this works. My old Cat freaking 5 cable right here. Should work. This is another thing I meant to have ahead of time, is a Cat cable already plugged in. But, as you can see, I forgot. So I installed it when I built out the studio. When I did the studio, I put in a couple extra Cat cable Cat drops, internet, for this very reason, so I could have internet on the bench. Oh, where were we at? 61? That's another thing you got to do, is you got to keep an eye on your temp too, especially like me walking away for a minute or two. Okay, so now we got internet. Setting up my go ahead and drop this down again. So yeah, the temp only being at Well, let's see here. This is Celsius, right? I guess I should move that to Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's at 90. 69 is 90. So I would say at 100 C is about where it's going to brick, or 110 maybe. Okay, so I'll just restart and get the GPU to come back to life here. So I'm at 104 right now. Where'd everybody go? There's only like 3 people in here now. And I'm probably going to take a seat and do this because it's kind of trial and error, you know, back and forth. Okay, so the video card doesn't want to come to life here. And is it because the voltage? Let's find out. Let's just run. I know this is going to read some negative something here. There you go. It's 100 till TJ max. I'll just run this and see what happens. Run Cinebench and then it'll tell you. If it runs Cinebench, then the OC settings are okay. The weird thing is it's not showing all of Cinebench. So I have a 2080 installed and it should have automatically installed it, you know, and it didn't for some reason. Well, my score is way up because last time I checked this I got like, well, no, it's about 40 points up. I think when I did it with, because I did some benching with stock, and I don't know how well you guys, can you guys even see? Here, let me switch the view here. I'll switch the view to single and then go to number 1, because number 1 you can see the screen there. So I did some stuff already here. Here was the stock 7700 Intel cooler. I had an Intel cooler on it, so it was some super BS here. Let me see if I can I not zoom in here or what? Let's see. Yeah, so where was it at? See, the GPU is trying to install right now. 945, so that was a 100 increase over the stock. This is before I delidded it as well. And then stock delidded, and I'm talking the stock Intel cooler, you know, the box cooler that you get. I pushed it to 4.9 with that and then started throttling, so I stopped at that point. I wasn't going to switch to water or any of that stuff. Let me grab the NVIDIA driver here so this thing will stop freaking out. Because right now it's just on freak mode here. Seems pretty snappy for... Oh, this is notebooks. I don't know why it defaults to notebooks. It's so dumb. So I had a 570 in here, and I'm just like, in case I just want to mess around and do a GPU, CPU combo test or something, and I figured I'd put this card in here. All right, download. I'll go back to the 4 camera. And the crazy part is, like, I haven't posted on HWBot in years. I don't plan on posting it on it today. I don't know any of the scores on there. I don't know who's got world records. I don't really care. I'm just messing around, you know, seeing what the difference is between overclocking in the X58 days to overclocking in this newer hardware. This isn't the newest. I mean, 7700K is a couple years old now, but I have a couple of them, so if I cook this one off, it's not a big deal. Just trying to figure out what the flickering's from. Because I keep getting a stupid flickering, more flickering. It's probably, you see there's pixelation there. I see it as this is going by. So right now we're at minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I think this is empty. So we're at 90. So hopefully I can get this to install before it breaks. Before it cold bugs. No, it's not cold bugging yet. It's actually evened out. I thought maybe I poured too much. Oh, maybe it did bug. No? Still moving. This little bar is not going across here anymore. I wonder what happened. Oh, it's removing previous stuff. Probably because I had a GTX 570 driver in here, so now it's like got to install the right stuff in here. So I'm just minimizing some of my screens over here because I'm actually recording this and streaming it at the same time just to see how things go. Just for giggles. Oh, that's not good, right? Okay, cool. I was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. I mean, it ran Cinebench, so, I mean, it should be okay. All right, cool. So now, yeah, I don't care if it's a G-Sync monitor, it doesn't matter. I know it's G-Sync. All right, so I'm at 5 right now. I'm gonna run. No, let me see this W prime real quick. And I know some of these apps like SuperPi is actually better, I think, with one core. W Prime might be the same way. I have no idea. I don't usually run these benches, but since I'm playing with the CPUs, I figured I'd download them. But I do have Cinebench. I have a bunch of other bench programs on my flash drive sitting on the table, so we can always put something else in if need be. So I'm going to cool this back down again. We're at 70. So we're not even like frozen yet. There's not a lot going on there yet. And I'm trying not to pour over the RAM or anything that's like too majorly exposed. Hopefully I didn't pour too much. I don't think so. Nah. It's gonna hit 90 again probably. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick this up a couple notches. I'm gonna go to 5.2. Actually, yeah, I'll go to 5.2 because I'm trying to find out where it's not gonna post again on this voltage. So I'm gonna go 5.2 and see what happens. Trying to see how far I can go on the 1.265 voltage. So far I'm in Windows. I don't really need to run that, the temp thing. So I'm just opening up this guy here, see where it says, you guys can't really see it, but 1.264, or 65, sorry, not 1.25. I'm going to run Cinebench. Cinebench usually tells me if it's going to crash. This is Cinebench R15. So I haven't changed turbo or any of that stuff. So turbo's still enabled. All that crap is still on, which, you know, doesn't necessarily matter to me. Oh, so now we're 1067. That's a lot better than the stock one. And we're at 5.2 gigahertz. So let's go ahead and do it again because it didn't crash. So I'm gonna keep pushing this until that voltage isn't good enough anymore. I'm gonna give it another 2. I'll go to 5.4. I have to add some more ln2 here. So I'm trying to blow off the ice that's icing up on the top there. So we're at 52, let's go 54, enter, and then hit F10. And of course this is like the loudest keyboard ever. The bar's still moving? Oh, you're talking about when I was doing the NVIDIA? I just saw the comment, sorry, Lo Chen. So just for whoever's in here, just so you guys know, I'm streaming to Facebook, Twitch, and to YouTube, and I try to keep make it a point to keep bringing this up. That my chat is all 3, so I can see all you guys. But like obviously Twitch, you guys aren't gonna see who's on Facebook or YouTube comment, or vice versa, or whatever. All right, so now we should be at 5.4. That loads up pretty quick. 5.4, 1.267 or 264 volts, still holding. And we're gonna go for some more Cinebench, I guess. I mean, it's a quick test, and usually if it won't run Cinebench, it's not gonna run much else. Cinebench is probably the more extensive there. See, bam. So we need some more voltage. Blue screen. That'd have been crazy if we would have got 5.4 at 1.265 volts. That'd be kind of cool. But hey, whatever. So I'll just go to bump it up to 1.27. So I'll give it a 0.5 increase. or 0.005, sorry. Come on, get down to the bottom here. So yeah, so I'm gonna go to 1.270. And let me check the, I don't think I messed with the load line stuff. Whoops, where did it go? Oh, digits all power, here it is. Yeah, see, it's still on auto. CPU load line configuration, calibration control. We'll go ahead and, you know what? I'll go ahead and put it in mode 1. What does this one do? I don't really know what this one is right here. GT load line calibration? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I should have did that before I bumped up the voltage. I don't know. I'll be right back. Gotta check on my test bench for a while. Okay. What are you doing on your test bench? Are you doing some ln2 as well? See, we're at 106 Fahrenheit right now, minus 106 Fahrenheit. I think, oh no, it's still moving. Thought it locked up. 5.4 gigahertz, 1.27 voltage. And oh crap, that was a pretty big increase. So we went from 1067 to 1129 by going from 5.2 to 5.4. So let's see if we can't beat out the Intel Xeon CPU X5650, which is 1279. So we got a little ways to go. We got about 150 points to beat that. All right, so let's go ahead and reboot. And I'm not doing like, I'm sure if I threw some crazy application at this, it probably would fall. I don't know. It could be good, could be legit, but you don't really know until you try all the different benchmarks. And I'm, like I said, I'm not going for world records, so I'm just playing around with what do you call it? Yeah, Cinebench. I'm gonna go 5.6. No voltage, just bump it. But I mean, if we want, we could run, you know, Heaven, or I think I even have 3D Mark on here on my flash drive, so I could put 3D Mark on there too. Time Spy or whatever. Preparing automatic repair. All right. So I'm thinking it didn't boot, and I wouldn't be surprised because, you know, 5.6 gigahertz at 1.27. I think that's, the voltage is kind of low, but so I think I'm just looping now. What's on? What do you got on your bench? What do you got on your test bench there? Low churn lin. I think I'm gotta do a restart here. Yeah. And this is one of the reasons I'm using a really crappy SSD. I'm using It's an old SanDisk Z400S or something. The reason why is because when you're overclocking, you're constantly turning on and off the power, and that abrupt power outage for the SSD is actually really bad. So, okay. It really doesn't like 5.6 at that low voltage, I guess. It should still get back into BIOS though, I mean. What? All previously reset the default values. Alt L to load last known good configuration values and continue. Well, I know what my settings were, so F1. Oh wow, it really, no, everything's still here. What do you mean? 5.6 is still there. 1.27 is still there. Yeah, this is still where I had it. You just didn't. Let's try. We'll bump it up to 1.28. See what happens. Might have to go higher. I don't know. It might get hungry after a certain point. You have to just start dumping voltage at it. Or maybe I've hit a wall here. I don't know, because now it's saying no video input. There it goes again. Like I said, I didn't turn anything off, so I probably need to turn off the thermal crap and see, this is F1. All right, let's go to settings. System status. No, I don't remember where I saw that at. It might be under CPU settings. See, I don't know what to change here. I mean, I don't know a lot of this stuff. It's been so long. See, Turbo Boost is on right now. I mean, a lot of this other crap too, I could probably turn off. Where is it? Let's see. Like onboard LAN controller, that could stay on. SATA mode, sure. HD audio, no, we don't need that. HEP configuration, whatever that is. Graphics. I'm looking for, there's like a thermal sensor or some crap. So that's what I'm looking for here. But I don't see it. I don't think it's under boot. Nah, it's not under here. Security, maybe? No. It's gotta be in the OC settings. No, it's definitely not there. It's gotta be here. Because I know I saw it somewhere. I just don't remember where. There, adaptive thermal monitor. Overheating. Well, I don't think we're gonna overheat right now. So I'm gonna turn that off. I think that I don't even know if I need to do those anymore. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this up to 1.3 and see what happens. Preparing automatic repair again. I don't think it should do that. So let's see here. Maybe I'll change the AVX. I mean, it should boot because it's not like we went. Okay, or not. It's not like we went super far. I went from 5.4 to 5.6. So, but you know, at that jump, you could require a lot of voltage. Usually, you just go half increments, but I'm not trying to spend all day trying to get to 6 gigahertz or above. You know. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick this up a little bit more. I'll go up to 1.32, hit F10. So the higher you get, the more voltage it's going to require, and you can see drastic increases just over 1 gigahertz, you know. And this keeps going into this preparing automatic repair bullshit. I don't know why. Let's see. But you can go to 6. Yeah, I thought I could go to 6.5 as well. Just some simple OC on the kit I got from Team Group. Oh, cool. Team Group's got some nice stuff coming out. No, Zachary, I'm not. Zachary's on YouTube. He's asking if I'm going for a world record or entering a contest. No, actually, I'm just messing around, to be honest. Just thought I'd share it with you guys. I got some leftover ln2, so I'm like not really out of pocket here. Didn't cost me any money. Actually, if it costs anybody money, somebody rented that Dura from me full, and I had the assumption that it was going to come back empty, and it came back 3/4 full. So I was just like, well, shit, let's do some ln2. All right, so we're in Windows now, and I think I'm at 1.32 volts. Whoops, I don't want that one. I want Cinebench, and I'm gonna move this guy over here too. Matter of fact, I don't need that. That can go away. Pi data can come up here. So yeah, we're at 1.23 on the voltage right now. And to be honest, I don't really give two craps about the CPU. I mean, I'd prefer not to burn it out, you know. Nobody wants to burn out a CPU. But at the same time, I have 3 more on the shelf. I think 4. Something like that. I don't know. Okay, so we need some more voltage. So if I can avoid burning it out, I'd prefer not to, but I'm not overly concerned. Yeah, fun. I just kind of want to put 6.5 gigahertz in here and put like 1.5 volts and see what happens. That's part of me just wants me to do that, and the other part's like, no, just work your way up there. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw it up to 1.36 volts and then hit F10. And the reason I did that is because now if it'll run here at that, then what I'll do is I'll put some more megahertz, gigahertz, whatever. I'll bump the multiplier up some more. See, this is the one thing I hate about Windows 10 is once you get into this loop here, this, you know, enter safe mode bullshit, it doesn't go away. It thinks that every time now you're just gonna start up and it's gonna be a problem, you know? And it's not. I mean, they should make a light version that's Windows should make a light version that's designed for overclockers, you know? Just specifically designed to do overclocking, so that way you don't get this safe mode crap, you don't get any of that stuff. Alright, so I'm at 1.36 volts at 5.6 gigahertz. Let's see if Cinebench runs. This is kind of my test to see if we're doing okay or not. And it's starting. It's better than the last one. Last one it just blue screened as soon as I fired it up. And it locked up. So it needs more voltage because we got a lot further there. So I'm just going to shut it off and start it back up. So I'll go ahead and bump it up to 1.365. See, that was a big jump because I went from 5 gigahertz at 1.26 volts, 1.265, to now I'm at 5.6 and I'm already at 1.32. So that's quite a bump there, in my opinion. But that's the way the dice roll sometimes. I mean, it seems great and all well and wonderful until you hit a certain point, and I don't want to go any further unless you just freaking give it all kinds of voltage. Sorry, I was checking a text message. All right, let's give it a go again. One of these times it'll run. Oh, let me put some more stuff in here. Not that time. I don't care about your collection report. I'm not too concerned about that. Let's try that. 1.37. I don't know what the limit, what the highest that people have went on voltage. But oh, come on, man. Just start already. Yeah, Win 10's retarded. I'm reading the comments here. Lo Chin says, I get that a lot when I'm doing OC on the memory. And he's talking about Windows 10 when I was talking about how what a pain in the ass Windows 10 could be because of the safe mode crap. I mean, Windows 10 is great except for overclocking. Because it's just trial and error, you know. You're going to constantly be rebooting. So Windows 10 freaks out and thinks every time now that you have to do safe mode. And froze again. I'll just go to 1.38. See if I can't get this puppy to work here. I mean, it really sucks when you think you're doing good because you're 1.265 at 5 gigahertz. That's pretty decent. At least I thought so. You know, everything I read on the internet too. If you get a decent voltage like that, should have a decent chip. But now here, see, I'm frozen again. I wonder if it's the load line thing, because started getting the load line problems, or the blue screens when I did the load line. So maybe I need to enable the GT one too. So I've never done OC on an MSI motherboard before. So I've always done like a SUS. And so this whole I mean, for the most part, a lot of their stuff is the same, but some of it's different. So now I'm gonna shoot for. I just changed that other load line. So it's got CPU load line calibration control and then CPU GT load line calibration control. They both say the same thing. So I'm not really sure which what's what, you know, or I mean, what the hell the difference is between the two. So let me go to where's my AVX offset at? I think it's up here at the top, isn't it? Yeah, -2. I'm gonna go to -3. F10. Let's see if that. I didn't change voltage or nothing because I feel like at this point I should have got somewhere. Excuse me, sir. This is somebody on Twitch. This is Persuader39 on Twitch. He is saying, "Can I ask the expert about monitors?" Yeah, sure. You can ask. The only thing I could tell you is I'll give you whatever knowledge I have of whatever it is you're asking. I don't proclaim to know everything about monitors, but go for it. And then Lo Chem said, oh, and then HWBot doesn't accept some of the benchmark result that is done in Windows 10. Yeah, I could see why. Only like some of the newer stuff would they want Windows 10 benchmarks. Okay, so Persuader's on Twitch, and he's saying that he needs a new 32-inch monitor, curved, and 4K. Do you know what monitor is best? Or should I just go with the 2K monitor? Honestly, I'd probably go with the 2K because you don't really need 4K for gaming, or what are you using it for? Shit. I'll throw some more voltage at it. Just waiting for him to answer. I know there's a delay here. I'm just going to throw 1.4 at it. Yeah, I asked if, what do you use it for? For gaming or for editing? What are you using the monitor for? If it's just for gaming, I'd go 2K. And 32 inch is a nice size. Gaming? Yeah. I would go, I bought an Acer, but I have an Acer that's 3840 by 1440p. I love it. It's an IPS HDR. Actually, I don't think it's an IPS. It's the newer, whatever, panel crap. Um, but sometimes I get light bleed on the very edge of the monitor, so if that's going to bother you, then I wouldn't get that one. But it's like $1,000 monitor, so I don't know what is your budget? 700. That monitor, there's some. I want to say there's some 2K monitors around that you can pick up for $700. The Acer was $1,000. It was 100 hertz. But I want to say you should be able to find something in that range that's decent. But I would go for 2K for gaming. 4K is okay. So I think I might have bugged it. Did I bug it? I don't know if I cold bugged it or not. It's only 105. I'm starting to think that this CPU doesn't want to go any higher. Might have to make a phone call, call my trusty people over at Intel. No, I didn't cold bug it. It just froze. So let's go ahead and dial the voltage back down. Can you ever have too much voltage? Well, not boot? I don't think so. So let's go back to 1.3. Let's just try 1.3. F10. 2070. Yeah, but you're gonna, cause I have a 2080 behind me in my PC over here, and I have a 1080p monitor. It's 3840 by 1080p, or 3840 by 1080p. But it's almost like 4K. You know what I mean? It's like 2K or something rather. I don't remember. But it's only 1080p. But my 1080 struggles with that. So if you're gonna go if you got a 2070 and you want to run 4K, you're gonna be like at 30 FPS. I play in windowed mode on that monitor because I want decent frame rates. You know, just give you an idea. So, all right. So I'm kind of stuck here trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I'm going to bump this down one. I'm going to go to 55 on that. Now I'm going to go up a little bit here, back on the voltage. I'll try 1.34, hit F10, and see if I can get a bench run. Because I went from 5.4 to 5.6 without finding out where the voltage was for 5.5. So if you guys are wondering why I keep looking over here, it's because that's where my chat's at. So I can see your guys' comments. Okay. So I'm back in Windows here. I think I want to fire up CPU-Z so I can see what's going on here. Alright, so it's at 1.34 right now. The big question is where is it going to peg out when it loads up this app? Because usually CPU-Z will fluctuate. Okay, so it went down. It went to 1.336, the voltage. Now it's at 1.344. And I'm at 1.34 right now. Okay, so it's running though. So I shouldn't have to go too much higher on voltage, I wouldn't think. 5.5 at 1.34 volts. That's not too bad. You're welcome for the help. By the way, guys, I was talking to Persuader39 on Twitch. In case you guys are wondering who I'm talking to about the monitor. Alright, so yeah, so we were, I didn't even look at the score. I want to get higher, so I don't really care about the low score there. So if I change this to 102 right now, what does that give me for? That'll kick me up to 5.7 right now, 5.712. All right, so we don't want to. I'm gonna keep this at 100 for right now, because that'll be my last ditch effort there. All right, so I'm gonna change this to 1.1 as well. I'm not doing memory yet, so the SA and the IO, I think I want them. This one's doing about 1.1 already. So let's bump this up. Let's go up one notch. We're back at 5.5 again, or 5.6 again. See what happens. I'm gonna have to take a 10-minute break here pretty quick. I use the restroom. I know I won't take you guys with me. I'm not that cruel. Alright, so I am at 5.6 gigahertz at 1.2, 1.35 volts. So let's see what happens. I'm going to hit run. I'm going to pop this up, see where the voltage shoots to, and blue screen before it got to anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to bump it up a little bit more. I'll go up one increment at a time until we get stability to be able to run that app. So we're dropping a little bit. So we're starting to freeze at the top now. The plastic retention bracket's starting to get cold here on the edge and up here. But I mean, everything else is fine. Let's see here. I'll probably get a couple pictures taken while it's frozen. .352 seemed closer because it's locked up instead of, oh, there's the blue screen. It ran longer that time, so I don't know which one I'm using anymore. Please wait. No, I don't want you to start. Restart my PC so I can get into BIOS. Mash the keyboard. And I have like the latest drivers, and I forgot to mention that. I did all the latest drivers, newest BIOS, stuff like that prior to this. Just because, I mean, that's what you do. You want to make sure you have the latest everything. Unless you have like a BIOS that's edited for cold, you know, a cold BIOS, then it'd be a different story. It's more designed for skip disk checking, yeah. Now it wants a disk check. Awesome, Windows 10. I mean, it should detect that you got into Windows, you know, and then see that there was a power issue or something like that, not a disk issue. You know, I didn't have a disk issue. It froze again. Why am I hitting a wall here, dude, at 5.6? Come on. Give me something to work with. I mean, I could do 5.6 probably on my freaking water cooler. Freaking dumb. Frustrating. This is why I think I got out of overclocking, because it's just so much back and forth. Oh, I'm power steering on Twitch is asking what I'm overclocking. He asked if it was a 9900. No, it's actually the oh shit, I missed the disk check here. It's a 7700K that I deleted. It's just what I had. I had some extra stuff laying around, so. Just restart, man. Maybe I just got the voltage way too low. Maybe it should be a lot higher now, you know? I mean, 5.6 gigahertz, 5.6, 5600. Hit run, pop this up here. 1.7 volts right now, 1.368. So let me bump it up. I don't care about this error report crap. I don't need it. And for those of you guys that weren't in here in the beginning, a couple things that I talked about was preparation for this. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You could plastic dip it. You could plastic dip the motherboard. Basically, it's plastic dip comes in a paint can or a rattle can, and you could either spray it on or paint it on. But that's probably the hardest cleanup. So if you plan on painting your motherboard for future mod or something like that, then it'd be okay. But if you were, let's say, not gonna do that, then you probably don't want to do that. So the other prep would be to Vaseline, use Vaseline on the motherboard, which is kind of messy, but it is a lot easier to clean off than the Plasti Dip, in my opinion, because you can just take your motherboard, throw it in the dishwasher, and then from there it has to go in the oven. So that's a process, but it works. I've done it before, and or you just wipe it off the best you can, or you use a blow dryer to the heat will actually turn it into water, and it'll run off the motherboard. That's what I'm using right now. I'm using uh, Vaseline on the back, so that way it doesn't get moisture buildup on the back. And then I have kneading putty or whatever, kneading eraser, this stuff here. So it looks like this. It's just you can buy it at the hobby shop. It's like clay almost, and you can get it at the hobby shop or like Michael's or something like that, or online you can buy it by the box like I did. And mine's like 10 years old and it's still like brand new. I mean, it still works great. And what you do with that is you put that around the CPU socket and over all the VRMs and the MOSFETs or whatever, the VRMs, the MOSFETs and any power, anything that you don't want to get moisture on, you want to cover that up with it. Then for the CPU socket, I just put the CPU in there, and then what I do is I build up the kneading eraser around the socket, and I put blue tape over the edge where the CPU is kind of exposed. That keeps anything from going inside there. I know a couple times I've actually filled that with putty, but that's a freaking mess, so I'm not going to do that again. And I don't plan on doing this for 4 hours, and that locked up right away. Freaking headache. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick phone call, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to pour some ln2 on the CPU so it doesn't overheat while I'm on the phone. And I'll throw the brake thing up there on the screen, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let me get rid of this stupid thing on the screen here. Um, so what I did is I turned off the load lines because the load lines can be kind of tricky. Um, so let's see if, oh, nope, it's just frozen there. So I guess that didn't do shit, right? I mean, the temps are still good. It's at 95 Fahrenheit minus, so. I almost made a clone of this SSD just so I could get past all this crap that keeps happening, you know, the whole safe mode BS that Windows 10 wants to do. It's so awesome. All right, so I made some changes. You guys probably, I don't know if you guys were just sitting here watching while I was on my break. I mean, I was standing here on the phone talking to my friend who works at Intel. And I was asking him some questions about, because I haven't done a lot of overclocking with anything past X99 or X58, that era, where everything started to really change as far as power went, you know. So he knows there's some setting in here somewhere, I can't remember where it is, that actually makes a big difference. And we don't know where it's at. I mean, I turned this off already. And this is the C state as a processor power management technology defined by ACPI. I left it on auto. Usually you turn the C states off. In the old days, you would turn the C states off because you didn't need any of that, you know. But now it's like, for me, I don't know. See, and this doesn't give me any kind of explanation of what the hell it is. Doesn't it? It says enable, disable software guard extensions. Huh. This is probably what he was referring to. CPU current limit. Let's see how high it can go. Oh, it can go pretty high. So I'll just put auto back in there. Alright, so I'm going to back up out of here. I'm going to kick this up another notch. I'll just go to 1.38 and hit F10. I did change. I'm going to put this back on auto. I'll put this back on auto. This one I changed a little bit, and that was about it. So let's try that. Let me give you some cold here because we're back to 62 minus. So I got to get a new cool profile picture. So I want to eventually take a picture once it's like super frozen. Let's see. It's my old, what's up, CNTV? Anthony, yo, how's it going? It's going, man. I'm kind of stuck here. It's not going. It's going, but it's not going. If that makes sense. Like hit a wall here. Okay, so now I'm not even getting into Windows. So when I changed all that stuff, so what I may do is I may go back to my 5.5 gigahertz, and because the 5.4, I think I was at 1.28 or 1.3 or something like that, which was stable. And then try to work my way back up from there. Oh, then again, I could have just been cold bugging because I'm at 107 minus. Yeah, 7700K. Delidded, so I got rid of the crappy thermal compound that was in there, and I put a conductonaut in there, thermal grizzly. I mean, 5.6 is not. I don't know what the hell that noise was, but. Oh, I think that's David pulling out some. So let's go back to 1.35 volts, okay? And we're gonna go down to 55, and then I'm gonna see if this posts like this. I did change this AVX offset to -3. I could go back to 2. So let's go back to 2, hit F10, and restart and see what happens. Because now I don't have the load lines on. I want to see if that makes a difference. So if you guys like what you see, you want to see more, you know, be sure to drop a sub on whatever you're watching on, whether it's Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. If you want to see some more stuff, you know, mostly trying to do builds. I'm going to start doing some gaming as well. And this just locked up. I'm going to do some gaming as well on times I don't have any builds to do. I'm trying to get like a general format of how my video will go. So I think what I'm going to start doing is when I'm doing a build, I'll actually pre-build it, do all the wire management ahead of time, and then so that way when we build it live here, it'll be a finished product when we're done, instead of, you know, a wire mess behind the case and you guys don't get to see the finished product. So that's, I think, my new how I'll do everything. Just kind of do it that way. It'll be better. Okay, so we'll drop this down again. F10. I went down to 5.4, so see what happens. I mean, it could just be a crappy chip too, you know. I doubt it. I doubt it's that, because I was at 1.26 volts, 1.265 volts at 5 gigahertz, so that's not bad. A good one would be like 1.25. But yeah, so I want to try to get a schedule too. I want to put together a schedule and start consistent streaming, you know, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or you know, Tuesday, Friday, something like that. Get you guys more content and stuff. Let's see here. So I'm in Windows now this time. I'll go ahead and fire this up, and then I'll see what happens here. I just want to kind of keep this out here. So it's reading at 1.352. So 1.352 is actually pretty good for 4.4 or 5.4. No issues there. I still got a lot of ln2 left too. At least a half a dewar. So like 15 liters. And that froze. So it's close. I'm closer than I was. Unless I cold bugged it. I might have cold bugged it. Took a minute for my sensor to catch up. No, it's only at 103, 104. And this is negative, by the way. I mean, there's got to be a way for me to get this stupid chip past 6. So I might have to do some reading and do another stream or something. I mean, I don't really want to do that because I already guys got you on the hook, and the preparation sucks for, you know, setting this up. Especially if not like going for, like you guys said, for world records or anything, you know. Okay, so we're at minus 96 degrees right now Fahrenheit. And is this shit frozen? I thought I was doing something here. So it almost feels like I have a voltage limiter or something. The minute I put too much voltage, it like freaks out. Maybe I need to do a quick Google search and figure that out, huh? And this is the only board I had too. So I mean, it could be the board, could be me, who knows, you know? So let's go back down to 1.33. Let's try that. And while this is booting up, I'll give it a little juice here. I'll go hit some Google over here real quick. I know that's gonna freak out. Windows is retarded, so now I can put you guys on this one so you guys see me, so I can talk to you at the same time. So restart the PC. It's minus 100 right now. Alright, so let me do a quick Google search and see what the other people were doing here. So let's go here. Let's add one of these channels. Let's see. I'm just doing a Google search. MSI Z170 crate and 7700K. OC. Uh, 5.1. Yeah, I think it's a 170. I don't think it's a 270. What happened here? You guys didn't tell me nothing's going on over here. Here, I'll just turn it off for a minute. And it won't cool down as fast, or, you know, warm up as fast. All right, so one guys, let's see here. Let me put ln2 behind it. ln2. Let's see. I'm reading something on was this MSI forums, I think. Yeah, forums. And this is Electro Sting Z. He wrote something here. So why does he have the VID? Okay, so some of the stuff that he did, I didn't even touch any of that stuff. But let's try some of it, just for shits and giggles. You guys probably don't need the webcam. Yeah, I got 5 cameras. All right, so let's go. I want to say a CPU specification, CPU features. Okay, so long duration, power limit. Oh. Long duration maintain. Why won't it type here? Did I hit the numlock? No, the numlock's on. Oh. And then the next one, short duration. And I'll double check these numbers. And then current CPU limit. Okay, let me cool this off a little bit here. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that dripped right on the heatsink like it didn't drip on the motherboard. That would have been a bad deal. That's why it's best to keep some paper towels around. I wasn't even thinking about it because this is starting to thaw out a little bit on the top here. Yeah, it's all right. All right, so I got a couple different things in there. The SA and IO, yeah, I knew about those, but I don't have offset voltage. Okay, so he said to run enhanced turbo disabled, huh? Let's see what enhanced turbo. Do we have enhanced turbo? So the kicker is his was a 270 board. I'm looking at his post from the 270 board, and trying to see. Oh, whoops! This is supposed to be, and then escape. Enhanced turbo. I don't see enhanced turbo here. Okay, so these were 1.1, 1.1. Maybe under. Oh, maybe I should change that a long time ago. OC Explorer mode. It was on default. So now I switched it to expert mode. Oh, enhanced turbo right here. Disable. So that gave me the enhanced turbo option now. CPU is dynamic. So while I'm trying to figure this stuff out, I got to keep this cool, right? All right, so let me see what else he's got here. So I'm just grabbing his settings and trying to make some changes to see if that helps my OC. Obviously, I've already thrown a lot of voltage, so I don't need to switch the... Okay, this was... where do you say the vid? 1.244? What was the vid? VID. I don't see the VID. Yeah, I don't want the... Already tried that shit. Okay, so I don't see this VID. It must be in CPU settings, but I didn't see it there either. I don't need this on. No, there's no CPU VID here. Okay, is that 270 and above? I would think it'd be on this board too. Well, I think this would be override mode. Okay, well, I'm gonna see what happens, I guess. I will hit F10, enter. Of course, it wants to do a hard reset. So I just followed some of his tweaks that he did, and let's see what happens, you know. The VID though, I don't see what that is. Let's see, it froze again. Should have done more research on this freaking platform. I mean, I watched a couple videos, you know, checked out a couple different. Oh, this is dumb. It's not gonna go into BIOS, is it? I watched a couple videos and then looked at a couple tutorials and stuff like that, Tom's Hardware or whatever, just to try to get some basic numbers of where to start with, you know, and get my overclock up decently and find out if I had a decent chip or not. And it was, you know, it came across okay at 1.265 volts at 5.1, 5.2 gigahertz isn't bad. Alright, so that didn't post, and I think maybe because this is way too low. See if we can get on Windows. Okay, we're in Windows. See it for how long? I have no idea. We'll shall find out. We're at 1.36 volts right now, 5.4. So I'm just trying to get this thing to run again because it's been a while since it ran. And I've only been, the stream, however long the stream's been going is how long this has been cold. So usually, you know, your best overclocks are going to be in the beginning, but the problem is if you didn't know where to start, you had to work through all the way through it, you know. So the CPU-Z is holding at a 1.36 volts, so that's pretty good actually. So that might be the correct voltage for this this OC. So that means we're going to have to bump that sucker up a lot probably to get. So that's 1117 on this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this print screen because I don't really have any. I haven't done any pictures of anything yet, so I want to keep that one because then I can label it and I'll know where I'm at. So I'm going to put 5.4, 5.4. Why is untitled there? And then I'll put at 1.36 volts right there. Okay. And that ran okay. You know, I didn't see any problems. And then what we're going to do now is I'm going to bump it to 5.5 and see if it'll run at 1.36 volts as well. Probably won't. Probably needs more. And maybe that's just the problem. Maybe I just wasn't giving enough voltage. So. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to change that, huh? So for all the new people, I got a new mic, by the way. There's a lab here on my shirt. So hopefully not a bunch of echo like before. All right, so we're at 5.5. It's pulling exactly 1.36 volts. Hit run. See if the sucker, nope, frozen. Okay, so we need to go up a little bit. I'll just go to 1.37 because at this point, you know, doing the 0.5 increments is kind of retarded if I'm trying to move ahead and not backwards. So it felt like I went backwards there for a minute. You know, I was at 5.6 and I had to go back to 5.4 to find out what was working before. I'll just scroll down here. F10, whoops. F10. I was daydreaming there. I was like at minus 50. Let's see where that brings it. I'm trying to keep it around 80 to 100. It's at 85 now minus. It's still climbing, so I'll leave it. It's at 90 now. $95. Frozen. I feel like there's something that I'm not changing here that's stopping me from going anywhere. Or this board is just limiting me. Because the motherboard can make a big difference in doing ln2, you know. If it's, but the crate is a decent board from MSI, so I would think that you could do some ln2 on it. Well, chat just died, right? Nobody's commenting anymore. No questions? No, hey, you know, you should do this? No, nothing? Okay, that's a good start. I got both apps to launch without any major hiccups yet. Now SynBench is running. 1.375 volts is what it's pulling. 3.6 or 3.5? 3.76, something like that. It's at 5.5. So maybe I'm just not giving enough voltage to get to past 5.6 or 56. That's weird. It's weird when you watch the clocks go from 5.5 to 5.3 during a benchmark. Okay, so that's the same score, I want to say. I don't know, maybe not. That wouldn't make sense, right? Because we did 5.4. There's no way 5.4 got the same score as 5.5. I could be playing Call of Duty right now. What the hell? Instead, I'm here hanging out with you guys, entertaining. I don't know if this is fun or not, but it's fun for me. I mean, I'm burning up some ln2, you know. And you guys are hanging out with me while I do it. Okay, so I just increased the voltage to 1.38 and I went to 5.6. So this has been the hang up. So the last was 5.5 at 1.37. Do I not have a pen? Oh wait, I do. So let me write this down. So I was at 5.5, 1.375 technically volts. And that was stable. Well, at least that's what CPU-Z said. Is there anything in here? Yeah, a little bit. Looks like I gotta refill some of these. Okay, so we're gonna hit run and it froze. Give it a little more voltage. $1.39. By the way, once you get to like 1.35 or something, it goes into the red. So I think it's 1.35 or 1.36. At that point, it's red. They're trying to tell you to stop. Use at your own risk. See, now I don't even get to the window screen. Look. It just stops right there. See, that makes no sense, you know? Maybe this just doesn't like the 56, 5.6. Maybe we should just go 5.7. I went down, so I'm at 1.385. Could have been just too much voltage, maybe? Could it be that simple? Usually just too much voltage makes it run hotter, not necessarily lock up like that. See, that, okay. So let me go back down even one more step. Or you know what, I'm just gonna skip past freaking 5.6. How about that? $5.7. What the fuck? Do it. Don't do automatic repair. Come on, dude. I don't want automatic repair. Sometimes it just boots up so fast. Okay, so I'm going to give it more voltage because I want 5.7 to work. I'll go to 1.4 because I've heard of 1.4 as a OC before, so I mean, I don't see why I can't, you know? I don't really know what the too far, what the max voltage is. That froze. But I'm getting closer. I got it in Windows. So let me look and see if there's like a, hey, don't go past this voltage. Okay, so somebody hit like 7 gigahertz on 7.1 gigahertz on a 7700K. Well, shit. See, but they don't say what voltage these guys are running. You know, I see. Oh, oh shit. Okay, well here you go. 1.925 volts. Holy crap, that's a lot. Where are we at on this? Should have put this guy up here somehow. Alright, freaking cold bug there. So I don't think my temp sensor is correct, because if it was, I wouldn't be bugging at 110, 120. There, it just melted all the ice off the top there for you guys. So there's condensation right there, right? Did I get my mouse back? No. Okay. Once it bugged, that was it. So we're back down to 100. And you could just go in and lightly dab some of this. It's just gonna refreeze. Awesome. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so here I was scared to go too far with the voltage, but I mean, they're at like, I don't know. So let's just bump it up. There's some crazy numbers, 1.92 or 95. I mean, there are more extreme overclockers. I'm just like a noob, like I said. Trying to mess around here. Total noob. I gotta fill up these thermoses, but I need to see if we're gonna get in Windows first. Okay, we're in Windows at 4.7. So let's I think the highest I've ever gotten is like 6 gigahertz, and that was on a Rampage Black, so X79. And that was at BlizzCon 2000 something with Asus. Oh, that locked up. So we'll need to give it some more voltage. Like I said, maybe I'm just not giving it enough voltage. I need to get into BIOS and then fill these up. Oh yeah, this is the fun part right here. I'm just going to fill these two. Because I'm already back down at 62. So I got to keep the temps decent here. Try to keep this from dripping or anything. Oh, that's so cool. Come on. It's only at 70. There we go. All right. I feel like we're closer to this 4.7 or whatever it is. Or 5.7. Sorry, 4.7. You don't need ln2 for 5.7. What's up, Jacob? Finley, he just said he's a noob in this. This is first ln2. No, it's not. I did say I was a noob because I haven't done this in a long time. It's been like 10 years, man. So, but obviously, I mean, I have a pot and I have all the materials, and I didn't just go out and buy all this stuff. I actually have like 4 or 5 pots, but it's just been a long time since I've done it. I'm no Kingpin or Splave or some of those top ln2 guys, those top OCers. So I'm just messing around. So I'd call that a noob. I can get to 5 gigahertz no problem. You know, I know how to do that. That's not that complicated. I think I'm all right, you know. But, you know, I'm at 5.7 now, trying to get past 6. Well, that didn't go anywhere. And like I said before, also, so I'm streaming to 3 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So sometimes I'm talking to people, like Jacob made a comment, the last comment, and I was talking to him. He's on YouTube. Oh, come on. Gonna freak out again or what? Why am I not getting any freaking video now? You shaved your head to support this stream. Why would you do that, Dark Web? He's on Twitch, by the way. Oh wait, you're bald already. Oh my god. I should be playing freaking Call of Duty right now. What the hell am I doing? $1.47 volts. It's not that much, right? Yeah, it's the thought that counts, dark web. Dark web's my buddy. Come on, MSI. Yeah, I bet you did have a blast. I haven't even got to try it yet, so hopefully I'll get to try it tonight. I think I'm going to play tonight. You playing tonight? Yeah, I will. As soon as this stream's done. I want to get over 6 gigahertz. What time is it right now? I don't even know what time it is. $12 people on last night? Damn, that's quite a few people. 410? Okay. I still got time, right? Technically. I'm confused. I got into Windows at 1.465, but now the higher voltage, I can't even get into freaking Windows. That doesn't make any sense. All right, be right back. Gotta get a beer. Come on, man. Why are you always freezing up on me? Especially at the loading screen. What the? Is it because I poured too much ln2 right now? $1.48. Froze. In Windows though. I'm just gonna go 1.5. F10 this shit. See how many gigs we can get out of that. I feel like sometimes that when it's loading Windows and I pour on it, it freaking freezes. See, look. Nothing again. Such a horse shit. But now if I just restart it, and let it go, maybe it'll do something. I don't know. The little water drops froze on the side here. I'm gonna just let it try to boot by itself now. I'm not gonna, because I already made the voltage change, so it should have actually took. And nothing. Let me check something. Let's see. So if I want alright, so I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna go 60 here, because I'm not gonna mess around with this all freaking day here. Oh, let me put some more cold to it, because it's getting down there a little bit. Let me look up the voltage that most people got here, and I'll bump it a little bit from there. So if I was gonna go 6 gigahertz, 7700K, what was the voltage they had? What did they use? Useless. Alright, so I'm just gonna, yep, I don't even care. Ooh, really? Why won't it let me? 1.55 is the highest it'll go? Okay, so I can't go over 1.55 on voltage? Huh. No. Let's go 0.25. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so let's try. Uh, Offset. Yeah, let's try that. Plus F10 that. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm just freaking trying something. Liquid is quicker. Sorry, I just saw that, Jacob. Yeah, liquid's quicker, but you're not gonna get 6 gigahertz on liquid. I mean, you might, but you're gonna be cooking. That's for sure. Okay, so I'm in Windows at 6 gigahertz right now. I don't know if it's stable. I just threw some numbers in there and I'm trying it. Well, it doesn't say it's at 6 gigahertz. It says some other crap. So I'm thinking that it reset, maybe? Which doesn't make any sense because it's going hella slow. So something didn't take right here because it says I'm like at 0.8 0.8 gigahertz or some crap. Not even 1 gigahertz. Come on, close already. So, well, what had happened here? Restart. Yes, restart anyway. Well, that's a good start. I mean, I got into Windows, but something's obviously messed up. Come on, dude. See, this sucks right here when it says it's going into to BIOS and then it doesn't. It's like bricked. And I didn't look to see if there's like any. I doubt there's ln2 freaking headers on this board. There might be. I didn't even look this board up. It's just the only board I had, so. Maybe next time I'll do my 8086K. Okay, nothing's happening here. Well, I don't know what's going on now. Let's give it a second to unfreak itself. Try again. See, it's not giving me BIOS. Let me look up the board real quick. Maybe I get lucky. Maybe there's some kind of setting on that board that I can change. MSI. Create. Gaming. Support. Yeah, I see your cookie stupid thing here. I just want to see if there's a what do you call it? A jumper that I can change that helps for overclocking on the board. Where'd this go? Yeah. Their PDF manuals like pretty plain Jane here. Let's see here. Connector, TPM module connector, power connectors, DIMM slot, CPU, BIOS, software, RAID. It doesn't say anything about jumpers in here. Specs, page 15, I guess. So let's go to 15. Oh, I'm at 13, so no, don't want that. I just want to see the diagram of the board. Not that. No. It doesn't even show a picture of the motherboard. Oh, here we go. Finally. Okay, so see, it doesn't show the header. There's a jumper on this motherboard, and it doesn't tell me there's two other jumpers, but it doesn't show the top jumper. There's a top jumper by the CPU, and I want to know what that is. Let's see, what was that one? There's a jumper, JCI1. Chassis intrusion. Okay, well I don't need that. What is this one? JDAT1. Clear CMOS. Yeah, okay, well those are both needed functions. What's the other jumper for then? Doesn't freaking say. It's not even in the picture. The WTF, guys. I mean, could at least make your manual a little bit better. Show the actual board, you know, and the actual components that are on it, not what you want to share with the public. It doesn't even show this freaking jumper anywhere. I just looked through the whole entire PDF here. I'm on page 42 of 90, and the rest is all BIOS crap. I already know. Yep. Everything else is BIOS. Yeah. Okay, that was useless. Okay, so I probably got to clear CMOS to get back into BIOS, because it's like on Fritz right now. Doesn't want to do anything. 63. Entering setup, and it's gonna go to a black screen, isn't it? Yep. Okay. So let's just clear CMOS, I guess. Start over. Which one was it? JBat. Yeah. All right, so I had 5.5 at 1.375 volts. Okay. F1 runs that up. F1. I got into Windows at 6 gigahertz, but then it froze. Why? I want advanced mode, F7. Okay, so OC Explorer mode, normal, no. Expert, yes. Beta runner, I have no idea what this is. It doesn't even have an option for enable. It's disabled. DIY attempt only. All cores, yes. CPU ratio, let's just go back to 5.5. Dynamic, no. Offset, let's go -2. Actually, let's go to -3. Keep it at -3. EST enabled, enhanced turbo. We want that disabled. I'm not even messing with the RAM yet. I haven't even got to that. Okay, so this override in offset mode, I assume. CPU core voltage, I think where were we at? 1.37, 375. Okay, offset we won't do any right now. Actually, we'll do 0.5. Oops. 0.5. 0.005. There we go. $1.1. Let's see. What? How did you get? What the fuck? Yeah, how come you couldn't just put that in there? Fucker. Alright, that's everything. That's everything back to the way it was. I should save this, but I don't even know if there's a OC profile. Yeah, here it is. We'll call this 54. Oh wait, no, 55. And we'll save overclocking profile. Yes. Okay. F10. See if we can get back into Windows. If we do, then I'll just work my way up from there, I guess. Instead of just throwing numbers in there. That's what I did. I threw 6 gigahertz in there and threw some voltage in there. So liquor is quicker. Oh, I thought you said liquid is quicker earlier. I just saw it says liquor. Damien's studio, what are we OCing today? He's on YouTube. I'm doing 7700K. I'm just messing around. But I've been stuck for a while trying to get anywhere. I'm at 5.5 right now. But I feel like I should have been at 6 or something by now. So I just want to make sure I'm still solid. So I got like so frozen I couldn't even get into BIOS. So now I'm just checking to make sure this setting, I didn't cook the CPU or anything. Because I went from 55 to 6. That score is a lot better than the last scores I've gotten. So that's good. So, but see, it's hitting up to 1.4 on the core voltage. So the crazy part is like I can't go any higher on the voltage. I mean, I can offset it, but 1.55 is as high as it'll go in BIOS. So you got to really make some tweaks, I guess. So I'm going to try to jump to 57 right now from 55. The big difference is I changed the offset. I can't wait until the 3950X comes out to see what kind of benchmark can be reached. Yeah, that'll be cool. Soon, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm at 5.7 gigahertz right now at like 1.39 volts. So the test, nope, froze. So I need to bump it up. See, I had it at 1.375 in here. And I don't know, just seemed to work, but I have an offset of 0.005, so. Oh, it doesn't matter. You can be on the Twitch or the YouTube. I mean, right now you're on YouTube, which is fine. Because I get the text on all 3 platforms, because I have it on Facebook too. So, it's freaking checking my disk. I waited too long. So it doesn't matter. And then blue screen. Awesome. I wonder if part of my problems is my stupid SSD is no good. Jacob said Twitch. Yeah, it doesn't matter. PCJ mods on Twitch. Or PC Junkie mods here and on Facebook. So the whole idea today was just to mess around with some ln2 since I had some left over. That's what I'm doing. I'm just goofing around. So it's not like anything serious, not trying to break any world records. So if I don't get anywhere, I don't get anywhere, you know? It's not a big deal. I mean, I have a gigabyte board out there, the Z390 Oris Ultra or whatever. So I mean, if I need to do some serious ln2, then that'd probably be the board to use. Okay, so nothing happened. So this thing just like freaks out when you put too much voltage to it, it seems like. I'm about done, about ready to wrap it up. I gotta let this defrost still, so I'll probably flip it upside down and just let it drip. My buddy Travis taught me that one. Okay, so let's go minus here and hit F10 and try that. Because I went from 1.375 volts to 1.85 and thought that would work, you know, but maybe you just should have stuck to the one increment at a time, because that's the test, the rule of thumb. But I'm trying to get further faster than taking hours on end. It's already been like 2 hours, I think. I don't know, MooBot hasn't posted that it's been 2 hours yet. I've been waiting for him to post it. Preparing automatic repair once again. The perpetual loop of Windows 10. So awesome. Fucking joke. Overclocker's nightmare. Come on, post, you pile. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just taking a picture of some frozen parts. I don't know if I was steady there. Where are we at? Oh, I could pour some ln2 on it. Better picture. Cool. All right, so we're in Windows. And yeah, maybe I was just putting too much voltage. I don't know. In Windows 5.7. So far, so good. Until I run this, and then everything goes to shit. Yep, told you. So normally you would think that you would give it more voltage. That would potentially fix the problem, right? I honestly, I don't think that's working, because I've tried that. Oh, I'm not worried about typos, dude. You love Gigabyte hardware. They're almost always over engineered. They're top of the line stuff, like the X570 Extreme board. Yeah, they well, like the Ultra has what is it? The digital phases on it or something like that. So it's supposed to be the best OC board. Yeah. So it's got some kind of digital controller built into it. All right, so I'm gonna try. What is this? It's supposed to be positive, right? Yeah. Oh, I didn't switch that last time? So let's try that then. F10. I thought I switched that already. Don't mind me, I'm just walking around and doing whatever. Drum roll. Yeah, they are. Okay, so didn't like that shit. Damien Studio says that Gigabyte's the first to actually have true 14+2 phase. You mean not like the other guys who just claim they have it and they don't actually have it? It's like it fucking froze right here. Yeah. Maybe it says like the other guys that have 7+1 split phase. LOL. He's on YouTube, everyone. Whoever's watching. There's still 8 people in here, I guess. Probably bored out of your minds. Alright, 5.8, you don't want to do nothing. 5.7 wants to freak out. So what do I do here? Oh. Preparing automatic repair. Fuck you, Windows. And blue screen. So yeah, you're not bored out of. Thanks, Jacob. Well, this is driving me nuts, man, because I honestly thought that I would have got past 6 gigahertz, and you know, because there's not a lot of rocket science involved here. It's just some settings that you got to enable, disable, and stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change back to my, what was I, 5.5 at 1.375. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and do this. I'll go 1.375 volts with my offset of 0.005, which will kick it up to 1.38. And then I'm going to go over here to the CPU base clock and put that to 102. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and change my my CPU ratio back to 55. So that should be, well, that doesn't really put me up very high, does it? Or does it? Nah, doesn't do anything. Oh, so I wonder if it's the CPU ring ratio that, so if this is at, what was it, 4.2 I think? No, because the ring ratio is still the same. Oh, I know. Wait. So if this is at 100, Ring ratio is at 42. So I wonder if you need to change the ring ratio. Okay, so wait. I wonder if changing the ring ratio will make a difference. Okay. Well, let's try this guy down here. 112. So then the ring will go to 4080. CPU will go to 56. Okay, let's keep that at. What happened? Did you like seriously freeze here? Oh my god. How did you freeze here? Not doing anything. Okay, so I'm gonna try messing around with the ring ratio. I want to try ln2 sometime, but my wallet won't let me. Yeah, ln2, it can be expensive, especially if you don't have any of the equipment. You know, I have all the equipment. I've had the equipment for like 10 years. My doer over here is like at least 8 years old. I bought it a while back. No, probably 10 years old. I bought it a long time ago. I got it for a really good deal. Got it for like 50 bucks. It's a 30 liter, so it's the portable one that you could actually like fill and stuff by yourself. So right now, for some reason, my CPU core voltage is at, or wait, what happened here? CPU core voltage as, why does the video keep freaking out? What the fuck? My CPU ratio is at 58 for some reason. Oh, that's right, because I was trying to boot at that, right? Yeah, so, what is dynamic, fixed mode? No. Dude, I keep getting like this flickering shit going on here. And I don't know why. See? The video keeps, it might be the monitor. But like now I don't even have video anymore. I don't know what happened. There it goes. So the ring ratio, I want to try to, bring it down. I don't know if this makes a difference. I can't see shit when the fucking monitor is not working. I don't know if this will make a difference or not. Oh my god. It's just getting worse and worse. I don't know what the hell. Maybe it's the GPU? Might be the GPU because it's like kind of hanging over here. Leaning. And it doesn't have really anything to lean on. Not that it has anything to lean on the other side either, but whatever. Okay, so I want to try that. And then I want to try, so what voltage was I at? 1.385. Okay, what the hell? Let's try that. Maybe it's that? I don't know. I don't even know what the ring ratio is, so whatever. Yeah, I put it back to 100. The GPU might not like the base clock. But I put it back to 100, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm at 5.7 right now. I'm in Windows. Let's see if the Cinebench is going to run, because if Cinebench doesn't run, it's frozen. I'm in Windows though, so maybe the ring ratio helped a little bit by changing that. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm not at 1.375 no more. I'm actually at 1.4, I think, right now, f 5.7. Because it actually freaked out and reset. So if I go down here and look, here I can, I don't know if this switching the view helps you guys or not, but I don't know how well you can see that. I can move the camera over some more, I think. I thought I could. There we go. That's like right over my shoulder. So, yeah. So see, I changed ring ratio to 40, which is up here, right there. Core voltage is at 1.385. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit more, 1.39, and see if that helps. Cause I'm at, like I said, 5.7, F10. Oh, yeah, no. Not 1.35. Because I had 5.5 at 1.375. So, can't go backwards. I don't think there's anything in here. A little bit. All right, so when this other thermos is empty, I'm going to call it a day. Okay, so I'll fire this guy, and it froze. Fucking cunt. I'll take that down, and then I'll bring this up. See if that helps. Busted, stupid computer. Says 1.4 right now in the core voltage in CPU-Z. Frozen. This seemed better though than the other way I had it. So let me bump the offset a little bit more. See, when I said I was kind of a noob, kind of not a noob, I meant like I haven't really messed around with these boards, the newer stuff. So, you know, for extreme overclocking, I don't know enough about them to be. That's what I meant by the noob part. As far as overclocking goes, obviously, I mean, I have all this ln2 stuff that I used to mess around with. So there's that. And this is what I mean by the noob. Like earlier, I totally forgot to change my setting from standard mode to expert mode, where expert mode gives me more options, and I forgot to do that. So hence the reason now we're a little bit better than we were then, because I wasn't getting past 5.4 until I switched that. All right, I wanted to see what this guy said here about his offset. He said something about the offset. What do you say here? Offset to the plus. Oh yeah, offset voltage. So 0.01. I'm at 0.015 right now. So, but I'm, you know, he was on water or something like that. I want to move this over before it starts. Yeah, froze again. Okay, so I'm going to take this up maybe one more. What was the 1.2? What's that? Oh, that's SA and IO, I think. Okay, well, here we go again. Still trying to run something, I guess. Nope. Alright. Cross your fingers. Nope. Shit! What the hell, Bobby? So let's try that and that and then that. And that didn't work, huh? Could it be that it just like freaked out as soon as I poured the ln2 on it? Possibly. This thing should easily go to like 150 negative, but it freaks out at like 110. So I don't know. That made a lot of sense, right? Loaded this screen and then decided to load it again. Nope. Oh, I'm not getting nowhere here. Any suggestions, anybody? Anybody got some input for me? I didn't really do anything, so. No input? Nobody's got any suggestions here? I'm scared to even port ln2 while this is booting. I guess it doesn't matter, it just froze anyway. That's what I thought, dude, but I mean, I had it all the way up, 1.55, and it didn't do crap. I mean, I'll do it again if you want me to. I'll just put it to 6 gigahertz and go for the gold. How about that? We'll just dial it into 60 right now. All right, there's six gigahertz, and I'm gonna just bump this up to 1.55. There we go. And then the offset is at, I'll kick it back to 1 for now. I'll go to 15, how about that? So it's 0.015. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I put the ring back. It wasn't the voltage, it was the multiplier for the ring. Yeah, the ring ratio. I put it back to whatever it was at. 42, I think. Because that's the default clock for the CPU is 42. Oh, are you gonna post at 6 gigahertz? I think I did this already once, right? And it like didn't read correctly. It read like 0.8 gigahertz. Like yeah, see? It did it again. 0.8 gigahertz right now. 800 megahertz. So that ain't right. At 1.528 volts. Come on. Why would you need that much voltage for some shitty ass frequency? And this is where it like froze up. I couldn't even get back to BIOS last time when I did this. Maybe it will this time, but nah, see? Alright, well, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna, yeah, wrap this shit up. Well, it was fun. It was real. I guess I can switch to that camera because you guys can see me. So, thanks for watching this bullshit video. Yeah, just got to play around a little bit. I'll do some more research, and then maybe in the future I can do some more ln2 because I actually I got a corporate account now, so it's not a big deal. So I get a pretty decent rate at the ln2. And I have all the stuff, so it's not a big deal. But if you guys want to see some more ln2, just let me know. Leave a comment or whatever. If you guys like this video, then like the video. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to get 6 gigahertz and just kind of messing around, but I don't know. It's probably me because I didn't do enough. Like I said, I didn't read enough about these chipsets to figure out what needs to be tweaked, what not to tweak, that kind of thing. It's important because there's so much stuff going on these newer boards than like the X58 days where you just ramped up a couple voltages and you were able to hit the moon. This is a lot different. So, but yeah, I mean, as far as this chip is a decent chip because 1.26 volts, I was able to hit 5.1, 5.2 gigahertz with the stock cooler from Intel, and then it started to throttle. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I see Jacob enjoyed it. He had a great evening. Or no, he's asking me to have a great evening. Thank you very much. One of the ln2 NOOB. Okay. But anyways, so once again, guys, thanks for watching this video. Until next time.